Okay, I'm Mariana Santos. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm here to talk about something that has broken my heart, which was starting to work in journalism in a collaborative environment back at The Guardian, and then going through some other media organizations and understanding that not everybody wants to work together to produce something together. There's a lot of bias and people who have their agendas, and that had broke me into, I don't want to work in newsrooms anymore because I'm not using my full potential, nor are the people that are working with me. So I decided to dedicate myself to this non-for-profit organization, which is called Chicas Poderosas, that means powerful women, to empower more women journalists to take leadership roles in media, to work collaboratively, and to come up with ideas for problems that we identify. Based on design thinking, we identify the problems that our communities have. So community is extremely important on thinking globally, but acting locally. So we want to belong to a world of journalism, where journalism is seen as a global, but we need to act locally. So with our community, and sorry the editing, the community is very important because they are the owners of the problems of their regions, the problems of their locals. And I'm talking to you about people in Medellin and Cali, or in the south of Peru, which is not Lima, so like the mainstream media doesn't cover, or Amazonia in Brazil, mainstream doesn't cover, so we have this desert of news. So I invest a lot in mentorship because I have to give fat props at The Guardian. I had all my friends that were my mentors. Nobody negligence to sponsor me in terms of giving me knowledge. And there are some Guardians here, which I've learned a lot from. So mentorship, I think, and there's a picture of Brian Boyer mentoring girls here. So we bring mentors from all media networks. So the call here is, if you want to be a mentor of groups in Latin America and soon in Portugal, because we are coming to Portugal as well, you please talk to me, because we want people that give us inspiration, that are role models. And for this, I'm dedicating to women in Latin America. We need to learn with the rock stars and understand that the rock stars that are in the New York Times, in the Guardian, NPR, etc., they are people like us, and they have started like us from scratch. So this is like inspiration. We just had this call like this week in Lisbon, like Mark Cabra, Panama Papers, and the Mozilla Foundation, inspiration role models, to see that the rock stars actually are not in the sky. They are next to us and they can teach us. And lots of people here have been mentors of Chicas Poderosas. And working in multidisciplinary teams, we bring together journalists, developers, and designers to create the news that will serve the needs of our users today. So really starting with the problem of the user, having this mentorship with people that are rock stars, and then that we think we cannot reach them. But actually when you guys, the rock stars, come to South America or Latin America, and you tell these women, look, this is how I did Snowfall, or this is how I did a big project, and then you deconstruct and you teach, you empower them so much. Most of the women that I've been working with, and there are more than 5,000 now in Chicas Poderosas, are afraid. They don't even put themselves first, and this is a lack of self-awareness. Am I good enough? Women are not taught to be leaders. We are taught to be followers, so we are always waiting for someone to start, then we can follow. Just before we heard, what's the hierarchy of the system here? There's no hierarchy. We are all equals, and we can always get there. We can all be rock stars. And with this program, and the collaborative journalism is about sharing your rockness with others, so other people can rock. And at the end of the day, we want to live in a world that is diverse, and there's rights for everybody. So you have a power that maybe you are not even aware. What you do, and when you do very well at your work, just sharing that knowledge with other people and telling to other people, you can do it as well, you can change an entire country. And for instance, this is in Manaus. We went to teach design thinking to the indigenous women. And guess what? They came up with amazing solutions to solve the problem of machists in the communities of indigenous that live in the river areas. They cannot even get access to the city within 10 hours of boats. And you are bringing power. And again, as well, the fail fast, succeed soon. We women, and I talk on my behalf, we are afraid of failing because we are judged all the time, twice as men are. So Chicas Poderosas is a place for us to be able to fail. There's no judgmental. Of course, we fail once, we learn. The second time, we don't want to commit the same mistake again. So, but to have a space for failure, it's a space for us to try something new. Because if we always do the same things, the same over and over, we're not going to do innovation, right? So having this out of the newsroom experience, working with marvelous people like you, and working with the women and men who really want to do amazing things in journalism, we are building this network that will change the world. And I want to talk about commitment because this is so important. We are committed in our works that pay our salaries at the end of the month. But what is amazing is when I call someone to be a mentor, and I will most likely call you because I'll get all the emails, right? commitment is something so important because we should be committed not only when we get money to do something, but if we are volunteers doing something, and Vivian, fat props for you, she's our board member, and these people are committed, they are doing their best, like if they would be paid, and this makes all the difference. And I had some nice pictures here, which I'm not showing. Anyway, the thing is, thank you, and together, working in collaborative, this world is crazy. We need to get together as a community in order to face the problem. So thank you for your attention.